If you could see the world through my eyes, vibrant purple sunrise.
Mark here, Life and Fitness Files. Today, I wanted to break down the high intensity interval training protocol known as 4x4. This essentially is 4 minutes on, 4 minutes off. This is a protocol that I use with running. I want to share this with you so you can implement this into your routines. I have another video on VO2 max work and high intensity interval training, the benefits and how to. Specifically, I use the 4x4 protocol because it works with my schedule and it gives me the amount of time I want to shoot for each week in that high intensity, high heart rate range. When you are doing high intensity work, you want to shoot for 85 to 90, even 95% of your heart rate max. When you're doing the 4x4 protocol, you have to do something that you can sustain for 4 minutes. So it's not an absolute all-out sprint specific to running, but it's definitely pretty intense. At first, it's something that I dreaded doing, but now I've been consistent with it and I actually really look forward to it. So 4x4 protocol, I start personally with a bout of doing zone 2 just to get that in each week, where I'm sticking in the 75 to 80% heart rate range. Then I will move into the 4x4 protocol. I'll take a little break. One thing I make sure that I do is that I have water so that I can rehydrate right before and between intervals. I then do a few strides to get my cadence up and activate my muscles so that I'm not just going from a lower pace to an intense pace out of nowhere. So I consider that zone 2 as my warm-up. I'll take a quick break and then I'll head into it. So I'm shooting for slightly faster than a 5K race pace to give you a benchmark. You'll have to play with this to see where that lands for you. But those first 4 minutes, sometimes you're gonna wanna go really fast, but it's gonna be hard to maintain that. That's why you need to do it a few times to really understand where is that pace that I can sustain for 4 minutes. The thing that you'll note is that your heart rate isn't gonna get up into that 85 to 95% range right away. That's why having that 4 minutes, it actually really helps me to hit that range and be able to stay there. That first round, really, it doesn't always get up into that high range for very long. So I'll do that for 4 minutes, then I'll stop. I used to still jog during my 4 minutes of rest, but now I either walk or I'll just rest and drink some water. You can find what works for you, but I've found that coming down and really resting helps to then ramp that back up and have the energy to do that. So on the subsequent rounds of the intervals, I do a little bit of jogging to get back into it, and then I will start my lap on my Garmin so I can time that 4 minutes. The second, third, and fourth rounds, my heart rate is able to get up into a higher range a lot quicker. By the third and fourth round, a higher percentage of that is in that 85 to 95% range. Note that in between on those intervals, when you are coming down and you're really resting, when you jump back into that, your heart rate is not going to be in that range. That's okay. I'm starting off with a zone 2, about 30 minutes, take a quick break, and I'm hitting 4 minutes on high intensity, slightly faster than 5K race pace. I'm also watching my cadence to keep that up, focusing on my breathing, trying to do nasal breathing as much as possible. But once you start getting pretty intense and your heart rate gets up there, that's hard to maintain. Then 4 minutes, I'm either walking or just resting. I'm making sure to hydrate in between. That is super important and very helpful. Then I'm hitting that 4 minutes again with a little bit of strides to get my cadence back up before I hit that 4 minutes. Rest, do that 4 times total, and afterwards make sure that you have time to cool down and walk. The biggest thing to incorporate after you're done is breathing. Try to incorporate some physiological sighs or some box breathing to bring that heart rate back down. That's going to help you recover much faster throughout the day, as well as into the next day, including impacting your sleep. Do a little bit of walking, some breathing, make sure to rehydrate, and you're good to go. I do this 1 time per week. My heart rate doesn't stay super high all day, but my heart rate is higher than normal and my stress is higher than normal. Just cram it into one day, get it done, and I really look forward to doing it now. In the past, I hadn't, but I'm a lot more used to it, and it's actually a lot of fun. Definitely get amped up and pretty motivated for the day. So I hope this helps you. If you have any specific questions, make sure to leave a comment. I'll be happy to answer those questions. Make sure to like and subscribe to stay up to date with content. Here's to life and fitness. Peace out.